Yeah, it is blocking that light, bro.
Test. Test. Let it go.
All right. Shalom, Israel. With ISUPK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohan, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Officer Gazak Shapar teaching the Lashawan Qadash class, where we teach ancient Hebrew and Assyrian Hebrew. And how about Shimmy How Shah to all my brothers? How Shema Alathaba Shimmy How Shah to my sisters as they check in the chat. Who we got in the chat, Kazamar?
We got Officer
Kamawan, cool.
Checking in.
So we got Officer Kazak Shapar here teaching class. Got somebody else?
We got Sister Crystal, the River Officer Amawar checking in.
All right, check. Put up, man. How Shamal Athaba Shem Shai, Crystal. Keep checking the class. Your name won't be Crystal no more. We're gonna give you a new name, right? Because you've been doing this for a long time. You've been doing it for a little while, right? Right. So we good to go? We good to roll? Yeah, that's a little better, right? Our class tonight, the Lashawan Qadash class, as you know, is the Hebrew Holy Tongue. And we're going to go with some characters. So take notes. We got some students here. I think Lakamwan's going to help us out tonight. He needs to brush up on his Hebrew. It's not a problem. That's the whole point. That's the whole point, because we take the Hebrew and we take it to the stage and platform of the class and Sabbath services.
Right.
The Sabbath service class can't be done unless you use the Hebrew. You got to have that. That's the whole idea. 3 people up there, you run Sabbath services, you got to have the Hebrew involved. Right. We read 7 verses of Hebrew, 7 verses of Lashawan Qadash, of course, Hebrew. Then we read 7 verses of our Bible, of course, and they coincide. And we picked up the Hebrew and the live the Bible, and we go from there. So that's what you got to understand. So our men in class, I know Kaz, I trained him to do the Hebrew. Nayar, a few other guys. Who else? Radazak, a few other guys that learned it to do Hebrew. Lakamwan, Kalatazai. Lakamwan's no different. We'll introduce you to Lakamwan a little bit here. He's going to brush up on his Hebrew, get it straight. We've got to teach him the same way, right? That's the officers in the ISUPK. Learn and read the Hebrew. Right. That's the whole point. That's the holy tongue. So what is Hebrew, man? Let's find out what it is. Hebrew. Ibariyah. Lashawan Qadash. Ibariyah. Got that little circle on there. But anyway, Hebrew. Let me see here. Hebrew. We are the Hebrews. What? The 12 tribes of Israel, because we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, man. We're not affiliated with any other group out there. We know we got here in the ISUPK and the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander Johnny Hanna, we know that we are the Hebrews of the Bible, man. Right. And we have the Holy Tongue, Hebrew Holy Tongue. You can only get it from here. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I tried. You can't get it out in the world. You can't learn to read the ancient Hebrew, the Assyrian Hebrew, but nowhere but here. I didn't try. You go anywhere online, they're teaching Yiddish. Right. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, but Ibariyah, Hebrew, right? Okay. Lashawan, tongue, Qadash. So it's the holy tongue of the Hebrews is what that word is saying. Ibariyah, Lashawan Qadash. Right. Qadash means what? What does Qadash mean? Go ahead.
Holy.
Means holy. That's right. And it means in order to be holy, it means separate and holy. It's separate. Qadash, holy. If you want to say the word holy, you can coincide it with the word separate, which is badal or badal ka. That means I am separate. That means separate from what? Separate from them heathens out there. Right?
Right.
So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start off. We're gonna do it this way. When you go to Hebrew, this is the what? Ancient Hebrew? Ba Gada. I'm gonna teach the brothers how to read this. Okay? And we're gonna do it in what is this? Ancient Hebrew? This is the ancient Hebrew. Okay. And then we're gonna do the Assyrian Hebrew down here. Right? Right. So we're gonna say it's gonna look something like this. Like that. Like that. Okay. And this is gonna be the Assyrian down here. This is the Assyrian. Okay. Down here in blue. We'll have, of course, in the black, we'll try to who we got in the chat right there?
We got Officer Shaw checking in.
He's checking in good. And then he's getting ready to have a new Shar here in a moment. Seed. Right? So he's down there, I believe in Moneta, kicking it, right? Okay. So, and he puts in the chat so you guys can get your Hebrew name. So let's go with it. Let's say, when we say, I'm gonna say ah, ba, ga, da. I'm going over this class so that people who don't know Hebrew, man, or they try, we're gonna show them and teach them a little better. You know, some people already know, some people don't. And of course, we'll use some words here, right? In Hebrew. Okay. So I'm gonna have Lakamuan come up here in Assyrian and right up under here the match for Ba, Ga, and Da. And then we'll move on further. Got it?
Okay.
Use the blue on that one. Yeah, let me see that for a second. Yeah, that one. There you go. Try to keep everything straight and level about the same size. There you go. Ga. Uh-huh. Okay, what we got? Explain what you got.
In the
And to the side. There you go.
In the Assyrian, we got
put your top on your pen. There you go. So it won't dry out, right?
Okay.
Go ahead.
In the Assyrian, we have I, that which represents this. I, then for the Assyrian Ba, this is how you write it in the Assyrian Hebrew. Then you have God, that's how you write it in the Assyrian, and then you have Da, that's how you write it in the Assyrian.
And of course, I'm gonna correct it just a little bit. You don't want to have that too far. You want to have it about like this. Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. And then over here, for this one, for Da, you want to kind of, you don't want to kind of leaning there. You want to kind of do it like this, right? Like something like that. Okay. See what I got? Sort of like that. That makes sense? And then the Ba, about like that. I'm just correcting it a little bit, give you a little bit of understanding. Okay. That makes sense?
Right.
Now, as people in class, as you're looking at this, I think it's Crystal and a few other people, we want you to, what you should be doing is getting a pencil and paper and write along with us. This is how you learn this Hebrew now. This is how you learn it, sisters and brothers. You learn it because you got to learn this chart by repetitive motion of doing it again. So I like to go with an Abagada, Hawazaka, Hayakala, Manasa, Ipataza, Kwarashata. Before you know it, you're done. Like you say, you go to your teacher, you put the little red apple on the desk, the little green leaf, say A, B, C, D, E, F, what? G, A, C. It's the same thing. So if we can do that in the heathen world, when we need the same, hey, listen, what the Bible says, we're the forerunners of everything.
Right.
We taught that. We taught consistency is the mother teacher. Repetition is the mother teacher. You do things over and over again, you want to learn something.
Right.
And repetition, right? So what we got? So now, what we got now? Abagada, right? What's the next ones, right? All right. So right, Hawazaka. Come on, office. We're gonna get you working here today. Okay? Lock. Leave some room on that. Start over there near that dot. That's why I put it there. All right, that's blue. Okay. Use black. There you go. Right closer to that dot. Right?
Yeah.
There you go. Ha. Wa. Oh, you okay? All right. Go ahead. Yeah. And what he's doing is using the actual board. He's actually looking at the if he doesn't know it, if he doesn't know it from memory, he's learning how to. We got a better one here. Here, I'll use that one. There you go. Comma one. Hawaza. Much better.
You want me to rewrite these?
Nah, you don't have to do that. And then ka. Now you got to remember because there's another sound with a ka. But go ahead. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Now put your pen top on there and explain what you've done.
In the ancient Hebrew, this is how you write a ha.
Mm-hmm. So what does it look like? A cone, doesn't it?
For Y in the ancient Hebrew,
Wow.
it looks like in the English what you would call a capitalized Y.
What does that look like to you?
It looks like Y, like the letter Y.
Yeah.
But
how's it pronounced?
It's pronounced Y.
Wow. Yeah. Everybody got their own way of memorizing it.
Gosh.
Like when I say wow, like a tuning fork, like it's a like that wow. That's just how I learned. You may learn it some other like a slingshot. I don't care how you learn. Doesn't matter. When a teacher say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, they want to know. So when I say Abagada, I don't want to get that mess out of here, man. I just got to talk. We say Abagada, Hawazaka. We're going to learn them a little bit at a time here, right? Okay, so you got that, right? I'm sorry, keep going.
Like I was saying, the Y looks like an English version of the Y. And for Zah, this is one of the most easiest ones to remember because, like a Z, it represents Zah. So this is the easiest one to remember.
That's one of the easiest ones.
Yeah, I can't see how you would get this one wrong.
You can't get that one wrong because it's kind of matches. You can't really miss that.
Kind of.
You're right.
And for Ka in the ancient Hebrew, I like to remember it as a ladder.
Right.
If you look at it as a ladder, you will always remember that's Ka.
Right. Now, these symbols actually have meaning to them, but I'm not going to get in that this week. That's just too much for the brain. All I want to do is say how we're trying to form them, because tomorrow we're going to, in Sabbath service, we're going to read this up here. We'll use all of those in the Tanakh. And right now we're using the Assyrian. The Syrian in Tanakh, right? And something like that. Okay, what we got? What's this da? Let me change the da. I got it going up in the air too much, but I don't like that. Let's make it more like this. Or actually, really, it's like that. Just a little bit like that. That's a da right there. All right, now go with it. Okay. Huh? Yeah, now put the equivalent Assyrian right up under it. We're gonna learn both languages at the same time. That's how I used to do it. So y'all got it easy, man. I think it was I think it was also Shar, man. We used to have to do this from memory. They wouldn't let us use the chart. You know. Yeah, there you go. And remember, you want to make them the same size, but that's okay. We'll accept what you got.
Yeah, I can erase this.
Nah. Watch. Is that a za? Okay. And of course, you've learned these before, but now sometimes you have to refresh. Now I don't quite like that. Are you using handwritten?
Salat.
What are you using?
I was using printing.
Okay, show me that car there. Does it got this tip on there?
Sir, I was looking at.
You was using handwritten, right? Now, you know I know that chart. I like to use it like the chart in the middle. The handwritten part, that's cool, but we want to use that's good. I don't have no problem with that. I like to use the first two. I like to use this part of the chart and this part of the chart. Down here is handwritten. That's how I know you were doing that. You made it look like a pie or a square, right? Which is cool, but we want to get consistent in one of them so everybody get consistent. What else we got in the chat down there?
Okay, we got Lashawan checking in.
Right.
And we also have Sister Ray Caleb checking in with Officer of the Come On.
Okay, got you. How about tell me how Shai, Barakatah, my brothers? Yahweh Shema Alatha Hashem Yahweh Shai. All my sisters checking in, right? Let's clap it up for people in that chat. Right? Good thing. Now let's check up and then let you guys get a pencil and paper and you write these yourself. Just write them. You know, because I don't want you to try to write them. I don't want nothing fancy written in the chat that you learn to look at the Yiddish board and or something. Try to put something up there. Now, just repeat what we're doing. Okay. Now the Syrians back when they had us in captivity, this is the language that we learn right here. These right here, the ones on the bottom, which we read, and we read this one too. So I like to say you want to learn how to read both of them. The one that's more clear is your ancient Hebrew. Why? Because it has the characters that are from the beginning. You know, this is the Assyrian. When Assyrian made us look at their characters. Of course, the ancient Hebrew has connectors, right? They have single connectors and what else? Go ahead.
Independent connectors
And dependent.
Dependent connectors.
That's right. We'll get into that in a second. But Assyria doesn't have that. They just have ending characters, right? That makes sense? Say like the word, if I want to use a word before we go on further, like Zerai. Anybody know what that means? I'll write this down, put in your vocabulary. Zerai. Anybody? Okay. You got somebody in there over there, cars?
No, I see.
Okay. We'll give you 10 more seconds. That word right there, that's that za. Look at that. I'm just trying to show you. But look, this is how you can know. Za. That's that whole Hebrew characters. Za. And of course, you got to learn how to read it in English. That's the English for Zerai. So if I was to write that in Hebrew, what would it look like? It would look like this. Now, is Hebrew right to left or left to right? Go ahead.
Right to left.
That's right. Comma one, right to left. So I'm going to say za, and then I'm going to say ra, right? And then I'm going to write I. Go ahead.
Salakia, sir, you using the R.
Wrong one, ain't it?
So you mix in the Syrian with the
You caught it, huh?
concept.
We want to say that, though. Ain't fool to come one along the edge. So, because okay. So in Hebrew, in the Syrian Hebrew, how will we write that? How about like this? You already got the Z up there, right? So we'll say za. Now we'll use this. Now we'll use that, right? And then we'll say, got it? Understand? Isn't that Zerai? Now, what does Zerai mean? Let me make it clear here. This is an R. What does Zerai? Zerai means this. It means seed. Okay. What does seed? What kind of seed? Johnny Appleseed? But it's seed. It has a seed in the connotation of the word sperma. And what is sperm? That's the man's seed coming from his testicles. Women don't have that, but that's Zerai. Okay, that's what that word means. Of course, when you have a child and the man's seed, it will be Zerai. So to pronounce that, we'll say za. Then we'll say ra. We won't have it up there yet. That's the ra right there. And then we'll say I. Okay? That's that word. That makes sense? And that's how you use Hebrew. But the problem is now we got to write the connectors up there. We don't have the connectors, do we? So let's write some connectors. Kind of wrote that kind of close. So we'll say za. Y'all got it? But these are the connectors. All right. Comma one. Come back up for a second and tell me. And right out, right at the bottom, we're going to erase this before we go on further. Right out there, what the two types of connectors are. Okay. Can you do that? All right. Yeah. Yeah. This here. The water. On the bar. And we'll write those two words out you just said, the water and a yonder bar. Independent, what? Okay. And right to the side how they look. Here you go. Use that. That'll help you better. That's right. I explained that. You did good. It's perfect. It's perfect. Explain that.
Independent connectors is like, as you can see here for this word za, right here, you see a independent connector, meaning that word that character makes the full sound. So if this is za, when you pronounce that word with that independent connector, you will say za, just like how it is on
Independently.
consonant.
Right?
Consonant.
By itself?
Consonant.
Okay, keep going.
Now, for dependent connectors like this right here, as you can see, these are two characters being pronounced together as one.
Right.
So you got the character Ra, that would be R-A, and then you have the character I, that would be just the letter I.
We drop the A. There's normally an A.
Consonant.
We drop it in this case.
So
because that's how the word's spelled.
So therefore, you basically merging the two characters, the sound of the characters together.
Them two right there.
Concept.
I can do that. That's because that's a law. That's a Hebrew law. Okay, you said it, you merge them together. Exactly right. They depend on each other, right? Go ahead.
And that forms the word Sarai.
Clap it up there, brother. Yes. Damn right. Damn right. And that's how you want to do it. You want to think of it that way. Now I can't do that on this, can I?
Like I said.
Why not?
Assyrian Hebrew does not have connect.
Clap it up. That's what you want to put. Just remember, never just say what you've learned. Say what class has taught you. That's how you want to do it. Hebrew characters, you have ancient and you have Assyrian. Independent goes with the ancient Hebrew. And here, so what's indigenous, or what do you have when you go to Assyrian characters? Instead, because if I don't have independent connectors, well, what's the rule for the Assyrian? You know they got them. You know they gave us all kinds of problems. Go ahead.
One that I know of is ending characters.
Ending characters, exactly right. Ending characters yeah, that's right. The ending characters, okay, go ahead and erase this, Lakamawan. And let's write those ending characters before we go on further. Before we go on further with our A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No, not that, just this. Yeah. Old people are writing that down. Because even though I've written it before, always try to write it down, so put it in your notes, okay? All right, do you think you know those ending characters?
Kind of, sir.
All right, write them down. Oh, no problem. Kind of write them. You know, you all right, just write them up there. Yeah, we're going to erase it anyway. Okay. What's that one?
Something like looking at the wrong.
Yeah, kind of move down that way a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, move down. Yeah, there you go. Okay, what do we got there? Only thing I would do to correct any of this, this is like a candy cane, so we're gonna correct both of these. This right here is more like a nah. You gotta be careful with this. This is a nah. We like to write it like this and maybe like that. Yeah, it looks more like the board, doesn't it?
Gotcha.
What about this one?
Oh, that's a pie.
It is. Well, let me correct it a little bit. Like a candy cane, right?
Gotcha.
So you want to form the letter sort of like the same as you do all the rest of them, right? Curve it and then bring it down. Okay? And then you want to come over here and then come off of it like that, right? Something like that. That's a pop. But you want to make sure it's long enough like that, because that's an ending character. And of course, this one, I flip it, right?
Gotcha.
I can read your writing, but I want to get it sort of like more like this. Something like that. Don't that look a little bit like it right there?
Gotcha. I was looking at the handwritten.
Yeah, no. Don't look at the handwritten. Always do the middle part. The handwritten just go, and I would have understood the handwritten, but how you had that didn't look quite right.
Gotcha.
But see, I like to do things to where it's okay. And also here's another one. Instead of doing that, let's do it like this. Same way. It's a little longer. Not quite as long as that. Okay. A lot of people say, man, that looks just like a doll, doesn't it? Okay. But you got to understand that da got a little tip over there. This one doesn't. This goes straight down. And it's a little longer. About like that. Okay. Now, what's the difference between that and that? That right here. That job. You say, dang. But that's the difference. And if you don't catch that, it'll be hard to understand. And what's this one? That's the ma, right?
Gotcha.
Okay, so he has Kazah, right? You have Pa, you have Na, you have Ma, you have what is that?
Ka.
Ka.
Gotcha. The K.
K in there.
Gotcha.
There you go. And those are ending characters. You only use on the Assyrian. So when you're doing the Lashawan Qadash and the Tanakh, if you're in a Sabbath service class, especially for the men, women wouldn't do this, but but for the women to understand, here it is on the board. You would use these on the end. Let's give an example. What's a good example for an ending character? How about this? How about this word? Well, so I'm gonna put that. It's gonna work like that. What does that spell? What does that spell? Go ahead.
Ratazar.
And what is our Ratasa?
Earth.
Or terra, or ground. Okay? And how do you write that in Hebrew? You know how to write that in Hebrew?
In the Syrian sense.
Yeah, in the Syrian, because we're going to use the ending character for it. Write it over there. Take your time. Write it up a little higher so you can get to it. Or if you need to, write it here so you want to write it right there. Okay? Oh, there you go. All right. Now he's writing in the Assyrian that word because we're going to explain this ending character. You gotta get real familiar with your Hebrew, so when you read it, you'll be able to see it. So right now we're gonna concentrate on the Assyrian Hebrew. Ah, Ra, and they're gonna write what? I'd buy that. Yeah. Yeah. So that is Arataza. That's the ending character right there, right?
Concept.
That's the ending character. That's exactly right. Why is that the ending character? Because it requires Tazah when you're using the ancient Tazah. Any one of these, how many? 5?
Concept.
Any one of those 5 characters is going to require what?
Ending characters.
Those are ending characters that will go on words. When you see these characters here, the ka, the ma, the na, pa, tazah in a word, you have to use those versions. Because what does a tazah look like normally? It'll look like this, right? In that language, right? It'll look like this, wouldn't it?
Concept.
You see? So you don't want to use that. You want to use that. That's the difference. Okay. That's the difference. So, and then so on and so forth. You might use the word for beautiful, yapa. So you may have to use this ending character on the end of that word. You may use a word like, let me see, for na. So many words, you know. That makes sense?
Concept.
Say like, here's one. My yum. What's my yum? Go here.
Salakia, is it water?
It's water. Clap it up for that, brother. So if I wrote my yam like this, if I wrote, we're going to write it in ancient, right? Looks like this, then wouldn't it? Ma, right? Then we have to write a ya. Where's the ya at over there? That's right there, right? So we need to write this little bird looking thing then, though.
Concept.
Ma, ya. Now, the ending character, oh, I used to always use different colors. Does anybody know if I did that long 2 years ago? Okay. That's the word. That's how my yam looks when you're reading it. Ma yam. There are a lot of words that says yam in Hebrew. What does that mean? I mean, so if I use a word, if I said, what's this word right here? What if I did this word? Ba, sha, ma, yum. Explain that to me. What does that mean? Ah, we ain't quit yet, is we? Let me just explain it to you real quick. Ba, right? My yam is water, isn't it?
Concept.
That's still water, is it not?
Concept.
Sha is the. Ba is of the waters. In this case, is plural. Let me make sure. I believe ba is of. It is the preposition. We're going to get into prepositions here because we have to. Right? Lock for a second. Let me make sure. Here it is right here. Let me make sure I got it right. Yeah, that's what it means. Well, it says of, but it's actually in the waters. Slocky. It's in. Slocky. That's my mistake. In the waters. Okay? That makes sense? Because that's what ba means. Okay? That means in. Of, if I said ma shemayim, that means of the water. So I'd have to use a word like, I'd have to use ma here to say of. And still I can use Mashamayim. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Huh? There we go. But I of the waters, I didn't want to say in the waters, so it's Bashamayim. Right? In the waters. Or actually in the heavens. In this case, Shemayim would be heavens. Why would it be heavens? But why is that? Why can I say that? Anybody know? I'll tell you why I can say that. Because the waters are formed. The waters form the heavens. When you go up there, there's nothing but water. That's water. Right up there in our little heavens right there. When God separated the earth, the Aratazah, from the waters, that's what that meant. Of the water, of the heavens. So you would say Mashamayim. Shemayim is another word for heavens. So I can put any preposition in front of it and make it say of the heavens, in the heavens. It makes sense? That's all I've done. So let's remember that's a new word for you, Shemayim. I think it's not Shemayim, it's Shemai. It's like it. I think that's the word. Shemayim. Okay? I don't know. I think I messed up. I think it is Mayim. No, it ain't. It is a. Let me go back there. Pertaining to the heavens. Right? That's the word I'm looking for. So lock it about that. Shah, whom are pertaining to heavens is Shamayim. So you want to use Ma, you want to say from the heaven, you say Ma Shemayims or Ba Shemayims. Got it? So, but the point is the waters. Mayam is water. It makes sense? So I'm just showing you how you can use that word. This is water. But when I start to say, I'm making a plural over here, when I say Bashamayim, in the heavens. Over here is of the heavens. Got it? Anybody write anything in there? So they understand then. Bashamayim, right? So we've used another one of these ending connectors, which is ma right here. Because it ended mayam. I mean, I can write this whole word out. That just simply means, I mean, I could use, it would be like ba would be like, let's see. We want to write this in Hebrew. It'd be looking like this. Ba. Then we want to write what? Shah. Like that, right? That's what it is. Ba, Shah. Then you want to say this word here. Mayam. In this case, it'd be looking like this. Same thing. Ma. Right? Ending. The whole point is the ending character is this one right here. Right there. That is that, which is that ma. It has to end in ma, then it has to have one of these ending characters. That makes sense? Okay, let's get into the next word now. I think we've done enough with ending characters, ain't we? I mean, we need to make a na. We all understand pretty much, I think, right? Okay, let's get to it. Let's go. Let's do the next one. All right. Okay. What do we got next? We'll say Abagada Hawazaka, right? So let's say what's the next one? Ka, right? Ta, right? Finish it up.
Tayakala.
Go ahead. Yakala. It's like a sly stone. And when he say boom shaka takala. What he say to yakala? Tayakala. There you go. All right. Give me some Assyrian up there, right?
Nah, sir.
Oh, you're gonna give me the ancient. Okay, you can do that. Do the ancient. Scared of that Assyrian ancient. You're gonna be doing you're gonna be doing it tomorrow. All right, well, that's the whole point, you know. All right, what we got here? This brother wrote Ta. All right, so far we got Ba Ga Da Ha Wa Za Ka Ha Ya Ka La. You see, we're going in a rhythm there, right? Like A, B, C, D, F, G. These are Hebrew characters. This ain't the heathen's language. What they got? We've been a language that we can't understand. We'll stay away from that. So he got Tayakala, right? Now, I ain't gonna let you bend all the way down there. So right up. Can we erase that? No, we'll do one more line before we erase. Right up to the top in blue. Yeah. Can you write the Assyrian right above it? Okay. And then we'll move to the next one. Then we'll erase some things. Now he's writing the what?
Syrian Hebrew.
Go ahead. That little thing's always tricky. The smallest one is the trickiest one to write, boy. Ya. Okay. That car looks, I don't know now. The car looks sort of like a nah. That's you? That's you? All right. Get it straight. I'm going to criticize it. Yeah, erase it. Just erase it and do it over again. What is that supposed to be? All right. Oh, here's what you want to do. Just draw a backwards C. Backwards C. Yeah. Now put the little. Oh yeah. Okay. No, that's good. You don't need nothing else, because that is it. We already wrote the ta. Okay. I explain yourself.
All right. As we have here, Ta in the ancient, and this is the Assyrian way you write the word or character Ta.
That's right.
Yah, which is the smallest letter in the Assyrian, once again, like the Zah, this is the easiest one to remember for the word or character Yah.
Like a little bird flying.
Khan, sir, this is probably the easiest one in the Assyrian. And then Ka, like previously, Officer Kazak said, it's like a backwards C. And then La, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably one of the hardest ones for me to remember because of the way it's written.
All right. We can buy that. We can buy that. All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's do some corrections here. Let's see what he got here. Right. Straight down. Right, like that. Right. And then we're going to put a little like that. Okay. And that looks pretty much what you got. Sir. And then we're going to have like this. Then we're going to curve it. Down like that. Sort of like that. Or really it sort of like looks like sort of like that. You know? Something like that. Now, that is a what ka. Now you want actually all you want to do is just draw a backwards C like that. Okay. And then here, the tricky one is here. Like this.
Okay. It's like, do I need to write the ending character with that?
This one? Here? Like that?
No, for Ka.
There it is right there.
It was going to the character Ka.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Over here. We'll put it over here. We'll put it right there. Instead of putting it underneath the top. Okay. Now you see. Now, there's a few ways to write that. I used to do it like this a lot. Or sometimes you can do it like somewhat a glorified 3, right? Right?
Con.
How about that? That look good?
Con.
That look good. I think it look good. Let me see. You can write. You want to do like straight across, like that, and then you want to come down sort of like this, like that. Okay. I like this one better than I do that. There we go. Of course, that's the ending character. You got the point. So Taya Kala. Okay. We'll all right. What's next? So far what we got? Repeat them.
Abagada, Hawazaka, Tayakala.
Okay. And then that's the way you want to learn. Say it again.
Abagada, Hawazaka, Tayakala.
Excellent. That's what you want. You want to try to learn everything at one time. You want to learn it in sections and in pieces. That makes sense? Now what's next? So we got Abagada Hawazaka Tayakala Manasa. Ibataza Warashata.
We will have Mana Sa I
So
next.
so we said Abagada Hawazaka Tayakala.
Then Mana
Mana
Sa
Manasa. Manasai. You can say that. Manasai. Or you can just say Manasa.
Can.
Then you can say Ipataza.
Can.
I like to say Manasa. Just 3 of them. That just sounds better.
So
You
you
can
do
say-
Mana Sa?
You can say Manasa if you want. I'm just saying what I do is Abagada, Hawazaka, Tayakala, Manasa, Ipataza, Warashafta. Everything's 4 except for that.
Yeah.
Ipataza. That's just what I learned. You learn the way you want to. As long as you do it. Mana sa. And just leave it. It's 3. All right. Go ahead. And take those curly cues off of there. We don't need that. Make them look like UPK. Well, all you had to do is, yeah, I mean, not too short. Now you made them
Put the shape.
erase it and do them again. Erase them, do them, just do them over. Make them same thing you did, just don't make them. Yeah, about like that. Yeah, there you go. That's damn near perfect. That's what I wanted to. That's what you want. That's how I would do it. And I would do just like that. Now, what about the Assyrian? Write the Assyrian right under there. And we'll move on to the last portion of it, right?
Concept.
No, you don't have to write the, I don't want to write the ending characters now. Just write, oh, no. Do it in blue, I'm sorry. Do all that in blue. Here you go. All right. Go ahead. Manasa. Okay. So you've got okay. So you got Abagada Hawazaka Tayakala Manasa. In the ancient, it's Manasa. Up here you got Ma. Looks good. That Na I would write more like this. Okay. I would write like this. I would write a straight line down. Always that's your base, right? Then do that, right? Then you want to write a little bit up in there like that. Almost like a Y with a base on it. See what I'm saying? Up here, I would do more like this. I would write like the sa, which is kind of more oval. About like you got it, okay? And it don't quite look oval, but I'm making it oval because I don't want to look like the O, the I sound, okay? I will make it look more like that. That makes sense?
Kind of, sir.
Like a shield. Yeah. It's a little bit more rounded than that. But this one looks like a noose, like a hangman's noose. Anybody got anything, Jeff?
Super waffle lot chicken.
A waffle law?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bay Area.
Clap it up for that, brother. How about you? I was shy, Barak the thumb to all my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alatah by Shem. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Shem. Yahweh Shai to all my sisters, right? Okay. Well, there we go. All right. Now what we got next?
It will be iPod Tazar Kwa.
We'll read what we got. What's the beginning? Abagada.
Abagada Hawazaka Tayakala Manasa iPod Tazar Kwa.
Now you just want to say I-pataza
iPod Tazar.
and leave it.
Kind of, sir.
I-pataza. Then you want to say Kwa Rashata. Then what else? Oh yeah. I-pataza. Okay. Manasa. I-pataza. Kwarashata. Kwarashata is a 4 on the end. We'll say we'll use another one with just 3. So go ahead and erase the ones on top and we'll keep these right here. Okay, so erase these. People should have them by now. Okay? And we don't have to bend you back so much. Just erase the first line there. Yeah, yeah, that one too. Now just start up there near the top and write. What's the next one we say?
It will be iPod Tazar.
No, here, using in black for the ancient, right?
Kind of, sir.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, for the ancient. There you go. All right. Got some people in the audience, ain't there? We got y'all. I hope y'all writing this down. Ipa Taza. So we're gonna say, and all I'm doing is just teaching you how to write these, so you for memorization purposes, right? Close enough. Pa. Yeah, so like a J, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Pa. Okay. All right.
I need to make that one bigger.
Yeah, or the old, or that's a little smaller. Either one of them. Here, use this pen. This one's gone. Don't have to scrap that. Okay. All right. Right underneath it. So make that O a little smaller for that I there.
Kind of.
That is all right. Okay. So we have I pataza. Make the top of the J just a little smaller. Line there. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That so that's a pa, right?
Kind of, sir.
Okay. So that looks pretty decent. I can buy that. I can buy that. I pataza. Now write that is ancient, isn't it?
Kind of, sir.
Give me some Assyrian on that. So far we have abagada, awazaka, tayatala, minasa. Right? Then we have I pataza. So do that in Assyrian. Here you go. You need that.
Oh, yeah. A lot.
It's all right. Roll with it. Yeah. And see, this tells me if you can write these letters,
I missed it.
it's all right. If you can write these letters, then you can memorize these letters. That makes sense?
Kind of, sir.
But when you cannot write them, then it is impossible to memorize. When I say impossible, that makes sense.
Kind of, sir.
So let's do some checking here. All right, I'll understand that this is okay. All right, sort of like that. All right, I may have something like this, right? Like that. That looks like that, pretty much. But here, I don't know. I may have something like, well, let's check it out. Where is it? Right there. See?
Kind of, sir.
So let's do this. Let's do squiggly, right?
Kind of, sir.
And then we're gonna go squiggly. Something like that. That makes sense?
Kind of, sir.
Okay. Then let's do, instead of this one, that pa, let's just do the same thing we've done. Like here, what's that pa? Yeah, we're gonna do like this. Like this. Okay, yeah, okay, gotcha. Been a while since I've made this one. Okay, sort of like. It'll look like this. Well, we don't want to make that too big. Just want to make it more like. Okay, something like that. It makes sense.
Kind of, sir.
So instead of being so square, we'll have it look more like that. Okay. And Taza, that's this one, right? Where that? Okay. Taza look more like this. We want to say, really just want to draw like like here, squiggly, straight line, down. Do you want to come off with a spin and do like that? Instead of all the curly cues you got there. That makes sense? So we have Abagada Hawazaka. Tayakala Manasa Aipataza. See? So let's repeat it. See if you can repeat all that without looking at the chart.
Abagada,
Hawa,
Hawa, Za,
Hawa, Za.
Za,
Hawazaka. Start over.
Abagada,
Abagada, Abagada,
Abagada,
Hawazaka,
Hawakaza,
Tayakala,
Tayakala,
Manasa.
Manasa,
Aipataza.
Ipataza.
See? Let's say it again. But that's how you do it, right?
Okay.
Abagada,
Abagada,
Hawazaka,
Hawakaza,
Tayakala,
Tayakala,
Manasa,
Manasa,
Aipataza.
Ipataza.
See, it's easy to remember like that, right?
Okay.
So let's just remember this section. Abagada,
Abagada,
Hawazaka,
Hawakaza,
Tayakala,
Tayakala,
Manasa,
Manasa,
Aipataza.
Ipataza.
Now we're gonna write Kwawashata.
Okay.
See, it'll be easy to remember. So far, that's the easiest you've ever had it in.
Currency.
Just keep doing it that way. That's why we're doing this. Every class is gonna be like this. If I'm here or not, that's what I want Cos to show you. But ain't here, you teach it exactly like I'm teaching it.
You want me to
Four
raise
at a
the
time.
bottom?
What?
You want me to raise the bottom?
Go right there. Because he'll show you. Look, I'm one. Once he learns, he'll tell you, that ain't right. Quara. Okay. Quara, Shah, Tha. Take it up. Oh boy. Go ahead. Go to it. Well, it looks like an umbrella with the umbrella top with a straight line. That's all it is. There you go. If you all the way through, I think it touches, doesn't it?
I believe so, sir.
Make sure it touches that. It ain't touching. That qua. Yeah. Always be, when you write something, you want to be consistent every time you write it. It's basically nothing but a half semicircle. All right, now do it in, now you want to do it, your memory will recall. Basically, the reason why you don't memorize these is because you don't practice them. Your memory has to be a format that your mind can pick up every time. You understand? Straight line across. Straight line across. Yeah, that curve it. Not like that. That looks like a dot. You want to do a straight line across and then curve to the right. Like, yeah, there you go. That's, I'd buy that. Now, that base at the bottom should be very small. Remember? Too close. Always start with the base at the bottom. Small. No, erase. Just give me a little line about that big at the bottom. Now, a little bit more. Now come off each one of those lines with 3 stems going into, one. Come off that one. Then come off the same one up in there. Got it? That should be more straight up in there. All right, rinse the whole thing and do that again until you can get it right. You got to be able to draw it to memorize it. That makes sense? Great job. Fantastic. That's a little better. Okay? Or Ra, Shah. That looks like a car to me. So what's the difference between that? Straight line down with a club on the end. Sort of like that. Now, so what you want to do is this. That's right here. This is what you want to do. I'm going to leave yours up there, okay? Let me show you what you want to do with these letters. You want to do this. You want to say, all these up here look good to the top for the ancient, okay? So you want to draw a straight line down and you want to go like this. See that right there? I try to draw them perfect as I can, right? Then you want to draw a straight line across, right like this, on a little larger, straight. Oops. Straight line down, curve it, straight line down like that. You want to come back and embellish it like that. So, because it's going to be, it don't have to be that fatty, about like that. It's going to be different than any one of the letters up there because it looks a little bit like, okay, you have the ka looks like this. Short and longer stem. This is more wide. See the difference? That's the difference, okay? Now, for here, what I was trying to get you to do is like this. Straight line, okay? Like that, like that, like that. Okay. Now, here, this looks like right down, like this, with a little club on the end, like that. Now, this right here, that's the thaw, right? But, however, when you get like this, that is what? Okay, so what's this one? That's a ha. Here's a ka. Look just alike, except for this right here. And except for that right there. Without those, you would, there's two distinct things. When you, and that got everything to do with reading that Tanakh. See that space there? See this club? That's a tha, that's a ha, that's a ka. Look just alike. Right? They look identical. I'll put them on the same line, as a matter of fact. In red here. I'll do it again, like this. Man, they look just alike. Right? Now you pick up the difference. See? They look just alike, but that's a ka. Let me write underneath so it'll sync. Because when you, what you see, if you pay attention, that's a ka, that's a ha, that's a tha. I have classes where I have similarities of characters. That's one of my favorite classes. Cons will tell you about that. What we went through, that's a hard class, ain't it? That is a hard class to pass, ain't it, Cons? Huh?
Oh yeah.
It's rough. Why? Because you could, there's a lot of things up there that look alike.
Right.
Here's one of them. One of the hardest things to get used to. Ka, ha, tha. What's the differences?
Difference is the ha you'll always remember because of space.
You can exaggerate it.
The ka you'll always remember because it don't have that club like the top. And the tha you remember because
That golf club.
Ka.
Those things will register in your mind and you'll see it and you'll say, oh, it'll be, at least when you read it, now watch tomorrow, your reading is going to improve even better because you're going over this class. And every time you come to class to do this, your reading for the Tanakh will improve. Right. Hey, grab me a Tanakh up there, Cosmo. Cosmo. Go up. Right? So we just open it up right here. Just open it up to, oh yeah, probably. Numbers, okay? Let me read it, right? So it'll look like this. See that reading there? That's what we read. That is what we're reading on the board. And so we'll read this. It says, Waba mada bara. Waya nasa wa. Athaya za. I shar. Pa ya mayam. La, I'm sorry. Wala'a. Sha ma'ai wa. Ba kwa wa alawa. I just read the 22nd. I think it was 14 and 22 of Numbers. Okay? But all I did was read this top line right here. Right there. Oops. There it is. You see, that's what we're reading when we read Tanakh. You have to be able to read that. And then what we're reading, so what you're reading, what you're reading is these characters here. One at a time. So after a while, you can read two at a time. Then three at a time. I mean, three letter words. Then after a while, you're saying, oh man, I'm reading all of them. You know what I'm saying? You're reading one letter at a time, but now you're starting to put words together. You're going to be putting one character at a time. Then you put one letter at a time. That makes sense? Here you go. That makes sense? That's the continuity that we're putting together here. And that's what you'll be getting. After a while, you'll be reading this as proficient as anybody sitting in, I call it the hot seat. Right? Let's clap for us, brother. Right there. Doing a wonderful job. And that's what you want. That's how you learn. I mean, that's how I started off learning. with this lesson right here. This lesson right here is how you start off learning. Yeah, you'll learn it, you'll learn it, but then you'll write it down. But now you're learning how to read it over and over again. You'll learn it, you'll learn all that proficiently. And then you'll repeat it on a test, and then you'll say, But now you're getting into the background that, well, what does this look like? Then after a while, before you know it, you'll say, oh man, I'm reading it more. We all go through the same thing. You have to get proficient at it. You got to keep doing it. Not just one time for a test. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? And that's what we are. That's what we are. So where we at now?
That's all the letters.
Yeah, we done went through all of the letters, right? Huh? Anybody in chat?
No.
So what we've gone through is let's repeat it. Abagada,
Abagada,
Hawazaka,
Hawakaza, Salat,
Hawazaka,
Hawakaza,
Abagada,
Abagada,
Hawa,
Hawa,
Zaka,
Zaka,
right? Taya,
Taya,
Kala,
Kala,
Mana,
Mana,
Sa,
Sa,
Ipataza,
Ipataza,
Kwara,
Kwara,
Sha.
Shata,
Just that easy. Now you try.
Abagana,
Abagada, take your time.
Abagada, Hawazaka, Ta,
Taya,
Taya,
Kala,
Kala,
Ma,
Mana,
Manasa.
Manasa, Ipataza, Kwarashata.
That's it. Now you keep doing that over and over again. You get a piece of pencil paper and write them down in 4s, and I think one of them's 3, and you do that, and before you know it, you'll have that. Remember. Now, this is how fast I can do this. Ipataza Kwarashata Kwa. Ibataza Kwarashata, right? So he was Abagada, Hawazaka, Tayakala Manasa, right? Abagada, Hawazaka, Tayakala Manasa, Ipataza Kwarashata. That's about as fast you can read it. Abagada, Hawazaka, Tayakala Manasa, Ipataza Kwarashata. That's just doing it the way I memorize it. That's just how I did it. But your brain, you all Judah, we'll memorize it that way, right? Everybody, some people do it different. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is not Yiddish, man. We're reading the Hebrew from the beginning of time, and the Assyrians have inserted their language in there. But fortunately, the Most High allowed us. Mercifully, I'm sorry, to keep out the same sounds.
Right.
That's merciful. Because if he'd have changed it, we'd have been all effed up. But all he did was change the signals, the symbols. So I could do that. You see, when them fake Jews get up here and they try to do this, they say so like mono and slip, they all spit all over the damn thing. You gotta mop the floor first. You got to mop the floor when you're dealing with that, What are you talking about, man? They got to use certain vowels and they use stuff. I had a class with that. They use stuff like that, or dot, shit like that. Those are vowels, indicating their vowels above their letters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's, when they do shit like that, when they do like that, they say, "Oh, you got to pronounce that different now." Yeah, right? Or you understand what I'm saying? So, and then then they make these like vowels, and then because they have to try to sound like it's something that resembles us, but we know. Just by listening to them, that's Yiddish, man. And who is Yiddish? Give me Revelation 2:9. Let's talk to them. Let's find out what the Yiddish people are, man. These people that, because they're basically taking the Assyrian, and the Assyrians had to took us in captivity. Watch the chorus down there. But that's what they've done. They've taken our language, was just and put and inserted their Assyrian in there, and that's what they got. We came up with they took the Assyrian Hebrew and came up with the sounds that they did. But the Most High was gracious us to let us keep our same sounds. So what we got? Revelation what?
2:9, sir.
What that say?
Revelation.
The Lord's gonna tell us how merciful He is with us, and He know our works. He know what we do. He know we come to Lashawan Qadash class. He know that we rich. He know that we got classes all during the week. He know that He gave us Yahweh Shah. He know that he gave us a man, Commanding General Yohana, to teach us, just to bring us out. I wouldn't know this language. I would not know this language unless Commanding General Yohana brought it back from what he did 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
Thank God. So let's talk for Commanding General Yohana, man. You know, because if he wouldn't have done that, look what we would be. We were sitting up here trying to figure out, what's this stuff say? You know how I know? Because I've been online and tried to learn this stuff, and there was no. I said I ain't going to no school trying to figure this out. And all of a sudden, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge came by and say, I said, that's it, man. These are the only people that know that. So when you come across all this knowledge right here, why in the world would you want to spend time? Why would you want to reject that?
Right.
You know. But anyway. What does Revelation 2:9? It say that He know who we are. He know who ancient writings go to. He knows who the priests and prophets are. Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 9.
Right.
I know thy works.
I know thy works.
And tribulation.
And what tribulation do we have, man? We have tribulations all over the world where we're getting beat down, man, dragged out there. What else? Even by our own brothers, but mainly by Esau. When I say, well, I ain't gonna say our own brothers, even by the fake camps that have joined Esau. Let's just make it plain. Them purple pigs, right? I know the Bible says He know the real children of Israel, the real Jews, right. Not Jewish. We're gonna get to that in a second. Read.
And poverty.
And poverty. You don't think we're in poverty out here? Man, we're in so much poverty. Why are we in poverty? Because I had a class say we're really rich and don't even know it. it's like that's amazing, man. The Lord got all these charges and basins and silver and gold, kasap, waiting for us, man. Right. And what do we do with it? We act like we don't even know what it is. Right. We got to go be sexy reds and LGBTQT and smoke all the za left over in the world in a corner somewhere. Right. The Bible says, I know you got poverty because we only have two nickels rubbed together, but we're paying high rent. You go to some of these food stores around here and they're giving us rotten food, rotten bananas. You know that. Flies flying all around them, man. But Esau say, let them have it. Let the Negroes have it. Give it to them. The Bible says, I know thy what?
Thy works and tribulation.
That's a tribulation, man. We're living in hell out here, man. Right. Read.
And poverty.
And what?
And poverty.
You can't be more impoverished or living in poverty than a black man sitting in a house with the rent about getting ready to be revoked. Your heating, but you ain't got no air conditioning. But in the wintertime, the heating, y'all got to bundle up in the corner and hope you get warm. That's the poverty we live in. Read.
But thou art rich.
What the Bible says?
But thou art rich.
How are we rich? Because we got all of this Bible right here. Right. Hold that Bible up, man. Hold it up, man. Hold up. We got all that Bible. There you go. The Holy Bible. That's good, Commonwealth. We got all that Bible. Go ahead and stand up right there, since you're there. But thou art rich. The Bible says we really are rich. Read. Right.
but thou art rich.
Right.
And I know the blasphemy.
That look that word up, blasphemy, Cosmar. You got that word up? Look it up. You know the blasphemy. That means the people that will try to take the place of God. I know the take the place of God people, the Caesar Borgia people. What's blasphemy definition?
It's the definition of blasphemy.
Right.
The act or offense
Right.
of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things.
See?
Profane talk.
Profane, they profane. You can't be no profane and saying Caesar Borgia is the way to go. Look, you got Donald Trump over there. You know, you got him 34 indictments over there trying to think he God.
Right.
Well, he can ready to find out a little bit though. We will talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are
They
Jews.
say, but they're really Yiddish. They say because they take our writings, they take our writings like this. I mean, that's the Assyrian writing. The ancient writing looks more like that. But that's the Assyrian. So they took that and put their slow-mo sand on it. They put their thou on it. In other words, I'm trying to tell you the fake Jews simply took and made the language that we were in captivity, and they sounded it like Yiddish. That's what this is. Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
The profanity or the profane that say they're Jews, but they're really Jewish. Read.
And are not.
They are not. What?
And are not.
The Bible says they are not the Jews. We're going to get in that tomorrow. Read.
But are the synagogue.
They the what?
Synagogue.
They are the church of what?
Satan.
Of Shaitan.
That's right.
They are the church of Satan. That's what they are. The church of Satan. Why? Because they sitting up there, they're nothing but devils. That's all they are. The church of Satan. Satan is an angel of the Most High, and what he's doing is say, I'm gonna let y'all be y'all are the father of the devil. That's what y'all is. So Esau, I know the works of them fake Jews that did what? That say they what?
That say they are Jews.
That say they are Jews. They say they are the 12 tribes of Israel, but what are they really?
Synagogue of Satan.
Synagogue of Satan. Right. They want to be. They want to be Jews. And what do they call it? So they know they can't say Jew. So they said Jewish. Right? So they try to learn our Hebrew, Abariath Lashawan Qadash. And they try to take, when I say try to take, they tried in 1948 in the Balfour Declaration, they try to make themselves look like the real Jews.
Right.
Well, we learned here in ISUPK, the real Jews are what? I know that works. I know y'all, the real Jews would be impoverished.
Right.
Them Jews over there living high on the hog. Right? I do mean literally on the high on the fat rat.
So they don't live with
they own every diamond piece. They own all of the rap artists. They own all of the what churches. They own everything. You see, they got our people sitting up there joining them. You don't think so? They got them. Look at these churches out here. They got our people joining them. See, and then we sit up here because they are the father of the devil, man. Anybody that joined them, you do not receive that mark that they have received.
Right. That's right.
That's the point. You know, we in camp, man, guys told them, what's the mark? I'm looking at them saying, you got it. Hey, you want to know what it is? You got it. Well, what is it? You got it. You sit up here following a fake camp. That's one thing.
Right.
You following Christianity. That's another. Then I go on, you know. And then you got up here, you got the purple pigs, got the wife of Nate wanting to be, if you can't beat him, want them to come up with our own church and bring him into it. Go ahead.
Salaki said, if you ask me, Nate wife run the IUIC.
Hey, run it. Exactly. So that's what's going on. What's the new thing? They got the women with the what?
They get to come to the Passover on their period. They got like a section for
bleeding.
They got the bleeding section.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it's Lashawan Qadash class. But this is my point I'm trying to make to you. You got to understand that they have joined the people that say that they're Jews and are not. John 8:44. So you'll follow the devil, man.
right.
You know, and then of course you'll find the devil in there, and you'll find the fake camps in there. Y'all, they follow the devil. They're not of the Most High Yahweh,
Right.
right? So let's clap up for that, right? What you got?
John 8:34.
44.
44.
Read.
John chapter 8, verse 44.
Go ahead.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
He sit up here talking to the Pharisees because they had joined him, right? That's Christ, right? That in red.
Concept.
Read.
And the lust of your father ye will
The
do.
lust of T.D. Jakes,
Right.
Creflo Dollar, and all these Nate, all of them. Whoever them fake camps are, the lust of your father, you gonna do. Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
They murdered. Who was that? Cain.
Concept.
Cain was a murderer from the beginning. Now they done joined him. Go ahead.
And the dove not in the truth,
He wasn't in the truth. Go ahead.
because there is no truth in him.
Ain't no truth in it. Read.
When he speaketh a
When
lie,
he's speaking, when he's speaking all the lies that he has spoken, man, all the lies that even the purple pigs that had joined this devil, read.
he speaketh of his own.
Speak of his own, because that Esau was proliferated right back. I mean, Cain was proliferated right back to Esau. So he's speaking of that devil. That he's speaking of our people that have joined this devil.
Concept.
Read.
For he is a liar.
He is a liar. Those people, man, those Yiddish people, our people have joined them.
Right.
You don't want to do that. That is the mark of the beast.
Right.
That is. You understand? So when we read our Lashawan Qadash, that's why I love to read the ancient, but I do know that the Yiddish people have tried to take over the Syrian language and made it sound something different. But now that's why the Most High spared us and say these sounds are the same. From ancient to Syrian. They sound the same. They just look different. But we practice both of them. Read.
For he is a liar and the father of
The
it.
father of it. That's the devil.
Concept.
That is the devil. And
Concept.
the devil is, I don't want to say the Blanco Diablo, but that's what it is. But our people sit there and follow them. Stay out of their militaries, man. Stay out of their voting booths. Stay away from the Donald Trumps of the era. Don't follow him, because that's all he's done was pave a way for his people to try to be rich and keep his forefathers came up with a way for them to be rich. But the Bible says they're the father of what?
Father of the liar.
Father of the who?
Liars.
And what else? Read.
Verse 45. And because I tell you the truth,
Right.
ye believe me not.
Yeah. He's talking to the Pharisees. I done told you the truth, man, about this.
Right.
You know, you in other words, he told the Pharisees, you follow them Yiddish people over there. You follow those Esau's that's on y'all little staff right there.
Yeah.
Y'all go up there in y'all little synagogue and just hide up in there and just say, just swim it all in the front. Oh, come here. He got the green suit on. He got the yellow suit on. He got the high fashion blue, in this case, the purple suit on. Put him on the what row? Front row. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So that's why we teach you in Lashawan Qadash what the Jew is called. He's Jewish. What the fake Jew is called. He's Jewish. He's not the Jew. He's not the real Jew. He is the what? The father what?
Father of liars.
Father of lies. Clap it up for him. That's good. That's good enough.
Okay.
On that, that's understandable. What kind of time we got up in here?
8:37.
Okay, good. So we're good on this. Go ahead and erase that. We'll do one more thing. We'll get on out of here, man. That makes sense?
Concept.
That father of liars, man. That's what he is. Don't join this father of lies. That's what T.D. Jakes has done. That's what Nate has done. He's joined them fathers, man. He joined. In other words, you look at something like that and you say, is them my brothers? Well, he's Israel, but not all Israel's Israel. Got that text somewhere in there. Not all of Israel is acting and practicing Israel.
Right.
What do they practice?
Christianity. So.
Christianity. And they're under the father of all lies.
Right.
You know, the Lord graciously and mercifully gave us the ancient Hebrew language, allowed us to be in captivity, to have our same voicing and sounds under the Assyrian. Then you get some fake Jews who come over there in 1947, 48, and the Balfour Declaration said, man, say, under war, pick one of them. We'll pick. We Yiddish people, but we'll pick the Jewish. You think that's coincidental? Satan pushed them that way. And that's what they are. They sit up here trying to practice their Judaism, practice their version of it. And they truly are not the real Jews. That's the whole point. They are Yiddish people, Jewish people practicing, trying to practice our language is what it is. Because they don't have it on their own. They'll never have it. We are rich. We ride Rolls Royce and Bentleys when it comes to this gospel. Right. You know, when it comes from Genesis to Revelation, we got the Rolls Royce and the Bentleys. We know what this is. What the Jews got? A go-kart. And trying to make it, they don't have the manual to service the Rolls Royce and Bentleys, do they? What do they got? The go-kart manual, the Volkswagen manual. Right. They try to, how come it doesn't work? Because this Bible is not yours. Slow-mo. Slow-mo Sand, and who else? What's up? And Zach Rabin, and who else? Go ahead.
The other night, Captain Tazariot posted a premiere on his channel, right, where they was battling against the actual Jewish people,
right? And
they had the nerve to try to correct Tazariot on how to pronounce like the Hebrew.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. They want to try to pronounce the Hebrew, right, and can't even pronounce. They barely can't pronounce their own language without spitting on. Yeah, sorry. Right. You know, you got to put a screen up between them because they just basically are a people that try to adopt our language, and now they're stuck over there and don't know what they're doing. Right. Stuck. And I say that's what Revelation 2:9 was saying, the blasphemy of those people, the profanity of them, the audacity of them to try to take the children of the Most High's name, fame, what else? We're rich, fortune. The Lord's going to give all that back to us, man. He's going to give it back to you. All you got to do is just follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? So one more thing that we'll put down here. What else we got? We done that. So we said did. We did that. You got that. You can do that fast?
Do it that fast.
So good.
I'm about to say, give me some time.
Yes, that's exactly right. Being in class over and over again, right? Consistency is the mother teacher. So one, we write a card, right? Right? All right, what's two? We're gonna do some Hebrew numbers. What's two? What's three?
Shalash.
Who?
Shalash.
What's four?
Aralai.
What's five?
Kamash.
Who's my erasure? It'll help if I spell this right. How about this? Nah, don't tell them.
I know the next.
Try to guess.
Shot.
What's the next? What's the next? What's the next? Nine. What's 10?
Is it accordion?
What's 10?
The lock is it accordion? Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it? What's 11, by the way? In Hebrew.
Is it Asherai?
That's right. All right. So what's 20?
It would be Shanyayim. Shanyayim. It would be Shanya Asherai.
That's a good guess, but that ain't it. What you want to do is say that.
I knew it was something like that.
So what's 21?
Asherai Akkad. Asherai.
All you're doing is this. Wakad Asheram. What did you say?
Akkad Asherayim.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right. So what's 30?
Akkad Shalash.
No, not really. I mean, let's stay with this. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said Akkad Shalash.
No. How about this? What's 40?
Rabayo.
You got it now, right?
Kind of, sir.
That's the consistency, right?
Kind of, sir.
And so on and so forth. So 9 is the Shayim. It all started right here. What's 100?
Cardio.
I mean, it's a good guess. Okay. What's 200?
Not you.
There you go.
Kind of, sir.
Very good guess because of here. Right?
Kind of, sir.
You see how it's easy, ain't it?
Kind of,
It's easy because you're in class and you're learning. You're not at home getting a glass of tea. Right. So what's 1,000?
A lot. Yeah, we did that in the
What's 2,000?
Is it a lot Asherai?
How about this?
Okay. A lot.
We're the first and foremost. We got the language first.
All right.
So everybody copies off of us like this. That's why it was easy for me to learn this language. because I understand a little bit of Spanish. And I took the understanding of it. And that understanding came from here. Spanish is Esau. Well, even our people speak Spanish, but that's only because we were under captivity from Esau, who were the original Spaniards. Got it? So we done here? We is. Go get me a stuff over there. Whose turn is to read this?
I can read it if you want me to.
Whose turn is it? You go from younger or lower? Go to younger. Okay. You know how to do that?
Kind, sir.
Go ahead. Bring those to me.
Thanks a lot.
Water.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like. Salaki. Upcoming holy convocation will be Feast of First Fruits, starts after the Sabbath. Sundown, April 28th, Salaki. Sundown, Sunday, April 28th, 2024. Count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day, Monday, June 17th, 2024. Starts before sundown. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 10-22. Announcements. Announce holy convocation. Salaki. Remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. Shalom.
No, that we're gonna salute out, right?
God, sir.
Okay, one up here. Right? Mab Shabbat, Majin, Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah.
Sar, sisters. Mom Shabbat, Mad, Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.